Alrighty. Oh, I lost my voice for a second. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, it ended abruptly because I had to go somewhere. But we make do with what we get. If I remember correctly, we were going around the words are hard around like the different places and spraying the red aluminum, or whatever it's called. Pardon me. Actually, now I think about it, I don't think we sprayed it at the guard station. So how do I do it again? Court record, and then do this. I have no idea where I should be doing this at. I think I'm just going to do this basically everywhere. Okay, maybe I should actually be taking this seriously. I can't talk to you, right? Yeah, I already talked to you. Maybe I need to spray. So wouldn't there be blood? As I said, since she reached for the phone, there should be blood here. This blood must be from Lana. No, my sister isn't the murderer, but she did call you at the time of the crime, and her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana has blood on it. Keeps getting worse and worse. How do we know that's not her blood, though? Where else would there be blood besides where the guy was found? What about the barrels? If she kicked over the barrels, surely there'd have to be some type of blood. I like how the music's so nice and upbeat while we're doing this, by the way. Can't talk to you about anything, no. What if I use the freaking spray bottle in here? Hang on. Oh, wrong way. I meant to press Y. Yeah. Just let me cover the guard in all this liquid. Hopefully he doesn't mind. Anyway. I'm be honest, I'm just spraying to spray. Okay, clearly I'm missing out on something. There has to be something in here. Surely if I spray everything, I'll find something. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know there's a handprint on the little blue badger. It's still withering around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's gonna do something naughty. Okay. Are these cops? Look at the patrolman saluting the other guy. Must be you, idiot. What were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, right here, sir. I guess he wasn't saluting. He's showing the detective where his head was. They make a good pair. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board right here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know Mr. Wright. I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looks like these people in these posters. They hardly even look human. Honestly, she's got a point. I've seen plenty of wanted posters. I'm pretty sure I've been on a wanted poster a time or two, but I've never seen any of them. She has a point. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? Oh, don't tell me. Is this the panda thing again? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Freaking child. A panda. Not that I have not that I have a scientific proof. It's just a theory. A game theory. Do you mind asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip and I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? Phoenix is such a smartass and I love it. Guard station. Can I please just enter? Our visitors beyond that door. Let's just walk in. Won't open. You thought it'd open? I think we need permission to go in there first. Oh, maybe I should ask the frickin' dude's name. Examine. Let's see. Will this guy let me? That must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department. No, I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Old lady at the... Oh, no. Every time I hear the words old lady and I'm playing this game, Wendy Old Bag comes into my mind. Someone's getting a demotion. These detectives' desks, there are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desk. Where's Dick Gumshoe? I miss my dick. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know the killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. Sorry, still coming back from the flu. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Door, this must mean something. I'm not sure that means anything. No, it would be a mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you can learn to enjoy life. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Let's go to Edgeworth's office. And then just examine... Actually, let me do this. Let's see if Edgeworth's got any blood to hide. Or not. Well, that was useless. I am like pretty sure I gotta do some star here. What do you think about this? The SL9 instance detective of the case. Yeah, we already found that out. It's due for transferal. As I suspected, SL9 is over, not yet. Do you think you can tell us more about the SL9 incident? Why is she not telling us? I feel like I have to present her with something to get her to speak about SL9. I had one of those up until 2 years ago, back when you were the cough-up queen, right? You found this ID card here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely good news, but it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the garden, but even I get frustrated sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murderer. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Star. You were lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're not... Excuse me. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? Let me guess. Prosecutors? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handle. The police and prosecutions were desperate for decisive evidence. You got Starr, you got Jesse McCreed, and then you got Goodman on the right. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite clearly. The criminal was caught and executed. Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. How can you execute someone without finding decisive evidence? What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the bias of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and one of the persons you know well. Wait, could it be... Who has found themselves out of a job? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. He was demoted though, he still has a job. Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As a professional, detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There is another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now, and no one in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell my lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Notice when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be connection. So, Rookie. What? Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch. Hey, that looks delicious, not gonna lie. I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch received from Miss Starr. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in good mood. Miss Starr, Officer Marshall, is he your, are you going out? Why do you want it now? I was just wondering what happened. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. Oh, you're not giving him sloppy copy? I see, thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. So let me guess. I'm guessing I have to... Oh. This is the place. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please! Oh, wasn't that... Dick Gumshoe! Oh, I missed you, Dick. One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. No time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from lunch lane. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Poor Dick. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now is no time for despair. We caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. The criminal? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prostitution parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal in this station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need my steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you wanna know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. He? Later, don't tell me they got... Why do I feel like it's butts? He ran off to the evidence room while this investigation is starting to run. Let's see, can I... Damn it, Marshall. Alright, I guess I'll just go talk to... Where... Wait, how do I get to the... Hey. There we go. If it's Larry Butts, I swear. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me? Perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I would say. Oh, no. Hi, greetings, sir. Not Meekins. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief. Sir. I had to take my dog out real quick. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're the guard here at the detention center. No, sir, She's a woman. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How, should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? This is an unexpected turn of events. Poor Meekins. Day of the crime. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard in the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer is none other than Officer Marshall. That's no surprise. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. Suspicious person, sir. The suspicious person. Wow, what is he doing with his handcuffs? What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, I blacked out. And then I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hands? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir, so I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like in the sky. Yet another similarity between the cases and the one at the prosecution's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand, the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? This guy did not kill crap. Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy eyes, sir. If you have labeled me as a perpetrator or a victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in a detention center and alive and well at all. At that. Well, I suppose that's true. I suppose you can say that. Did you know the victim was Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I worked in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Bandaged hand. What about your hand? Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, what? Don't you think you should confess? But sir, there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. On the shock, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to represent this guy. So with that being said, there should be some type of blood in here, right? Or not. He said he looked up at the monitors, so... Maybe I should ask him about the SO9 incident. Here. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. Last night. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. What? The second thought you have to look at the knife. He was overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Does that mean I can go talk to Edgeworth? Nope. No Edgeworth. When was it I show him Edgeworth's knife? That's not what I meant. Weekends, this is for you. What's something I could show? Ooh, the blue badger. Let me just show him this. Maybe it'll make you happy. Take a look at this. I'm sorry, sir. How does he not know about the blue badger? Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken to the prosecution's office. The day Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. This means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you better wake up right now. I don't know what to do. I can't really talk to him. I guess I'll what to do? Well, where should we begin? Is not we should begin with that thing, the mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see, we should go to the police department with the evidence room. I'm not being very useful, am I? No, you're being very useful. I just went to the evidence room, but there's no frickin' marshal to let me in. Or unless I can examine this now. Or not. I'm getting very lost in this episode, to say the least. Once he sees the shoe, Officer Meekins, can you take a look at this? I feel like there's something I gotta do with this dude. I already gave him a chance to look at that. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that card was the cause of all of it. This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing. I better pray into this a little deeper. Prime details. Can you tell me what is exactly you remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost lamb, if you will. I didn't know Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room. How do we know that's Goodman? This could be like a case of the Steel Samurai, where it was someone dressed up as another individual. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they unto you. My own father words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white, and I woke up. I was here, right? So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if that body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That's it. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me it had to be him, sir. They, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. Crime, my crime, the crime. I swore to stamp it out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. We can now finally go check it out. About time. Oh me, lordy lord. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detective desk. It's Police Chief Grant. Uh-oh. And you're sure this is all? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. They have personal coffee machines? I see. Well, if anything turns up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour this place again, sir. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Aha, righto, my boy. How you been? Oh, it's Chief Grant. Reported for duty, sir. Why are you saluting, Mr. Wright? God, I'd rather not talk to this man. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, Edgy? Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yeah, well, they had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Fort Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in a defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. Legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed that, so he was caught for forging evidence. What? I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they just do about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. Well, what? Evidence from incident. It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Emma, shut up. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this is particularly, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Looks unexpected much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the Chief of Detectives trap shut. And he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder what it was the Chief wanted detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. First, I'm gonna go to the evidence room. That's what I'm gonna do first. Never mind. Frickin' Marshall is out drinking still. I'm sorry that you had to see that. What exactly did the police chief want you to do? Well, see over there? That's good for his desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be included. They took away every last piece of garbage in this trash can. So nothing belonging to the equipment is still here. Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on this is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. This is definitely going to be used in court somehow. Half-written document dated 2/21 can be submitted to the chief of police. I should really get back to investigating the police department's crime scene. Finally. I can't say anything. I can ask you. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought that they would come when Rhino asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir... Sorry. Sir, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow 50 bucks? I'd give them 50 bucks, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Hey, that's a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. I'm like 99% certain he's the criminal. Heh, it looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go in the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. I'm like 99% sure this child, or that man is the murderer. I'm like super certain. Well, I can't go in yet? Oh my god. Or do I have to hit examine? Oh, okay. Evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from the Chief Grant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, the card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambi skins go so gray? Officer Marshall, what is that? Really? Phoenix, you are as smart as I am, if not smarter, and you couldn't pick up that this was Marshall's room. What's that? Why does it have to be him? As you may have surmised, this is my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that's a card you got on there. Chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw. Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggy. Crime scene's away. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with your hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Marshall, I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer. Gork? I think he's just hungry. I know what I gotta do. I gotta present him with this. It's not what I meant to click. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas. No, I just saw a special on the television the other day, and is this from my baby? Yes, Miss Star. What's this? What's wrong? Filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I was wondering what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask me if I munch anything, munch, and smack. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. HR told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the crime scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident in the Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one can tell us what actually happened. There were some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. The day of our case. That's right. Evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. Transferals. Sorry, but could you explain what the whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They are kept here under... Sorry about that. They kept there under the presiding detective supervision for 2 years so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake. See? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferals is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Officer Marshall, you're in the charge of security room for the evidence and everything, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong. I keep calling him Meeklin. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These new frangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye in place. You mean the security camera system? I don't talk to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Sorry. I know that, maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, me and the machines, well, I like them as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand here are the security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. 420. So this is the ID card reader. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. 5842189. That's Goodman's. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen a number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. I'll worry about that later. Let's go in the evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over. So this is the evidence room. It's really kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. I can agree with Phoenix on this one. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Uh-oh. Dick. Eek! Whoa! Did I just get punched? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Alright, oh please, do take a look. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give him $50, no problem. So go ahead and investigate to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So the chief of police, I have a feeling he's about to say something about $50. Anyone $50? Even me? So that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Evidence room floor plans. The scene of the stabbing of the detective at the PD. Boss for the day. So Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in your Detective Gumshoe? Oh, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only you can open? Edgeworth. It's always believed in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is the inquiry committee. Is with the inquiry committee right now? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you would call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? DL6? Yeah, that case. Oh, the SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Evidence lockers. So this place is more high-tech than that. Every locker is fixed, so only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hands. Right hands? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The locks for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. The only locker we can open is ours. Is that yours right there with the woman inside of it? That sounded bad. The picture of the woman? Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On one side, on the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, bad, so you get a shock. If that's what happened to my hand, would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the lockers aren't that obvious. There's some people on the force who don't even know about the fingerprint slots. Evidence locker, only assigned detectives' prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when open. Okay. We clearly see the blood, right? We see that, right? What? Is this blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright? What if there's another bloodstain left in this room? Should we use her testing fluid to check it out? Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Why is there paint buckets? What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, the true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed there's been blue and yellow paint here. Oh, is that from the fricking Blue Badger thing? Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Interesting. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Here you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from VK's. VK's? The SL9 is pal. See these stickers? See the sticker on one of those pieces like this? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before it was broke. Maybe like a vase or something? You want to try to put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try to put the rest in place. Oh, this is cool. I like how it kind of takes a dip and it's like, nah. Okay, so this goes on the other side, because I can tell that piece goes there. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen as if you guys can see what I'm talking about, but anyway. And then this goes here. Wait, does it? Oh wait, it's this piece, is it? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Wait, there's pieces missing. Huh? Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. Jar piece back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. Why is this thing open? Look, this one's open and the red indicator light above the door is lit. The locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if you closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. Let me That must have been that must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your detective? Pale blue blood. Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Got another handprint right there. Something's sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must have been heavy. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put that there. There you go, pal. Make me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here, so that said, I bet the evidence locker was open recently. How would you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe has a lot of evidence hanging out too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it in front of them, pal. I'm sorry, Gumshoe, that was a bit rude of me to ignore. I don't know why I didn't act it the first time. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if he fled out the door. This might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What's that? Or what's this? It's called luminescent fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'll get some too. I just borrowed $50 from the chief. Where do you get this at? I always buy it by mail order. Oh, I better jot this down on the floor plans. I mean, we already knew that handprint was there. Will they say... Excuse me, I want to see if they'll say something different if we spray this handprint. I knew it, this is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine. It's yours. Please, you have to help me. When they come to take me away, I promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. I guess I'm going to move. Can I talk to you about anything? Is Edgeworth back? No, Edgeworth. Know anything about this? Shemikins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir, I have no idea. I want to look at this. Lost item report. Date lost 2/21. Name Bruce Goodman. ID 5. And then he scratched out the 9. Item lost. Wait, why would he write a 9? I can actually look at the locker. Wait, hang on. I have an idea. What happens if I present him with the freaking this thing? Shares back in the Wild West don't place much faith in evidence. Well, about the only thing they trust was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha. But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Chair's back. What if I present him with the jar? Let me say one thing speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence that I know nothing about, I say nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. And if you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead at the prosecution's office. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective, if I see a piece of evidence, wow, look, big pile of junk in the corner. Looks like a party. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away? Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in that forehead. Better him than us. He does have a point. Some sort of bulky equipment gathering dust here. What? A sorry-looking fishing pool. That's Detective Gumshoe's fishing pool, isn't it? Hey, that's my personal pool. I never get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Oh, the metal detector. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. That one thing, the one that led to solving the case at Gore Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap box. You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. It's a machine. Oh, how did I not get this yet? Someone left a glove here. But only one glove. SL9. Shoot, maybe. There you go, pal. Make me be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. SL9 has the tag on it. Tagged evidence from SL9 is in a complete, extremely thin rubber glove. Huh. What else could I be missing? There's not. I don't think there would be any more blood in here. What if I talk to him about SL9? I didn't mean to go back here. I didn't mean to examine even. Wait, actually, let me see. I just realized I never checked the car door for blood. Okay, it was worth a shot. Okay, excuse me. You were a detective at one point, so you should know about thieves, right? You take a look at this. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No. No thanks, she didn't even look at it. Must have to bruise the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infused the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to the aroma. Exquisite. Only thing I'm smelling is her is here is our time being wasted. I completely forget I can examine things. But nothing. Maybe Meekins will know something about the glove. What do you think about this glove? Should we take a look at this? Huh. It looks like the other handle's missing too. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. I wonder which side is up. Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar? At least it doesn't collect dust inside it, right? I guess. Hey, look. They're hard to make out, but there's some dark red stains here. That's probably blood. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence of the SL9 incident. That might be where the blood got on it. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What are we playing? A word game now? I can't even, like, use the thing with the magnifying glass. I still don't get why he wrote a 9. I think I need to somehow get my hands on the thing from the card reader. Let me go to the law office. Any ideas? Poor Mr. Edgeworth. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report. Yeah, about the killing of the police department, right? Chief of police was right about that, but I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. I don't know why I went back here. I'm trying to give him some type of piece of the SL9 evidence that I was trying to get him to open up, but nothing's working. of monitors in here. There's 8 cameras in the evidence room in all. One for each section. There's 8 sections. Which monitor shows the section where the crime took place? Why a cattle sit before the rain comes? It's not for man to know. Unless you're the security guard responsible. The evidence room is beyond that door. I turned on the card reader. Go ahead and have yourself a ball, partner. And I have the ID card, a real ID card. Let's get this investigation started already. Look at the swinging door, it's just like the Wild West. Ah, sorry partner, but we're closed for the day. Huh? Y'all get home now. I think Officer Marshall really wanted to be a Wild West bartender. I always wanted to say that. Look, on the floor, it's a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. I just broke me a skier with this here lasso. What? It was bellowing moo, pow, moo. Detective Gumshoe, I presume. I'll be right back again to take my dog out. I apologize about that. My dog. I had to take my dog out. Alright, let's see. So there's nothing I can talk to him about. Unless... The only thing I can think of is Edgeworth is back from being inquired. But I doubt he's back yet. Yeah. Just my luck. Can't talk to Meekins about anything. Can't present him with anything either. gonna lie, there's a possibility I might be a tad bit lost. It's obvious we should begin with that thing, you know, that showed you how the victim... We should have police department in the evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful. So I guess I have to go back there. There's gotta be something I'm missing in here. Can't talk to him. I already talked to him about everything. I already presented him all the evidence. There's something I'm missing in here. Maybe there's more blood in here. So, dude gets stabbed here, drains all the blood out, he runs, puts his right hand on the thing, and then puts his left hand on this one? That doesn't make any sense. No blood on any of this stuff. This cactus sure is prickly, it must be real. Best keep your distance from Billy there. You're liable to get hurt. Billy? The cactus has a name? Billy, you're wearing your cowboy hat on your hands. Ah, my rawhide cow skin 10-gallon hat. Just picked that up, but Billy took a fancy to it. Something got stuck in the spines and he couldn't get it off. Looks like Billy has a little bit of a family down there. Leather jacket, leather pants, and leather... Those aren't pants. Those are chaps, and that's a poncho up there. Aha, a poncho. I'm sure it sure looks cool, but the name's a little silly. That's the door we just came through. Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out. I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside. Some fewer members were in here. Sorry. What if I present him with the blue badger? This is my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say, but art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there was a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the blue badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful. I toiled night and day. I sympathize with the text of issue, but I can't see why they. I can see why they moved it. That's the victim's Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. That's only because you lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be enough. What's the whole world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebellion against the system. Goodman's known that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That's what Mr. Edgeworth's first big case was, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over now. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. I wonder if the person who got executed, I wonder if Edgeworth had some phony evidence, fake evidence, that either he knew of or maybe he didn't know of. But he had fake evidence, forged evidence, and then they got the guy killed and executed, or arrested, killed and executed. And maybe like someone who was close to the family wasn't happy with that, and since Goodman, was the lead detective on the case, they also felt that he was responsible for the death. So they killed him and then framed Edgeworth for the murder. That would make sense, because Goodman was obviously the victim. But he was found in Edgeworth's car, or in the trunk, with Edgeworth's knife in him, at the place where Edgeworth works. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, wait, I can actually open up to it. Now, that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So, it was a murder? Serial killing. Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. The killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to happen. Excuse me, and this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident. See? So, the switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. What if I present him with the knife now? Detective Goodman's note and the switchblade. Excuse me. Can I re-examine his locker now? No. I mean, I know they said that everything was taken out of it, but still. Maybe there's something else I gotta present him. What if I present the ID to Marshall? See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one who was on the go around in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID card report. Show us that ID card report again. That's a mouthful for some reason. Look, the fourth number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14 right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Right, combre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card report. ID card record added to the court record. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 221. I got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to people with IDs here. I can't talk to him. I doubt I have to show him the list, so let's go ahead and show it to Gumshoe first. Present. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID record of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Good? It's Edgeworth's? Wait, Edgeworth has an ID? What? That second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Card ID updated to record. ID's called into the evidence room. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth Inquiry Committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna give them my report for the day. What is that? Might help, you know. Report? Do you mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problem? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth was talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. But Edgeworth is the second number. Who is the 7777? I'm going to be honest, I thought that all those sevens numbers was freaking Gumshoe's card ID number. That's what I thought. But Miles came in here, what, 10, 20, about 30 minutes, a little more than 30 minutes before Goodman came in. 4989596. Whoever has that number came in twice. They came in before the attack and then came in right as it was happening. I guess I'll go talk to Edgeworth now. Now I'm gonna go to the detention center. Wait, actually, let me just present him with the thing. Maybe he can tell me what his numbers are. Sorry, sir. Or not. February 23rd, High Prosecution's Office, room 1202. Oh no, not the butler, not the bellboy. Ah, guess, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecution's Office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant's opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Edgeworth. I think the whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I conceal evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago, SL9. Tomorrow's trial, are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still proceeding prosecution, I'm still the presiding, however you say it, prosecuting attorney. However, something happens. I gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigations for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Grant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? Along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him in this kind of sorts before. Let me present him with the log. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Well, why, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe he was a part of the transferal too? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Grant, no less. Chief of Police. evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. A116, or AI16. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecution's office. But it was solved, right? Would it have to be if the evidence was already filed? Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. In any case, of the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with this current case. Now I'm curious about the other case. I better make a note of it. Screwdriver. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Grant's request. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. You got a big nose, Edgeworth. I'm sorry. Wright, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edwards just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just showed him my best evidence, I could get some reaction out of him. I'm assuming the best evidence is the record thing, because it has his name on it. I did not mean to come back here. I apologize, Edgeworth. Looks like things not in here. Huh. Can I talk to... dude? Let's see. No, I cannot. I doubt he'll know anything about this, but this is maybe I should ask Edgeworth about it, even though he just brought it up. I just realized Miss Star's not in the parking lot either. But this isn't related to the it's not related to the case. Okay, I don't think I can talk to him about anything. What if I just show him the stump and tell him I just been keeping it this whole time? Oh, come on! I have to be able to talk to him. Okay, there has to be something I can present to Edgeworth so I can talk to him. What if I show him the badge? What does that have to do with anything? Oh crap, I Did not think that would worse. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? I know you. Sorry about that. I know you're probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicions you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Grant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why a Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation. In truth, I use slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I'll do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief of prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science... Huh? Yes, of course. Just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? You are the enemy, you know. Or we are the enemy, you know. I've said no. I've had no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting set. Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with the fingerprint file. Let's get on the one last investigation. I do seem to remember seeing suspicious handprints somewhere. Thank you, Edgeworth. Right, let's get started. Choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Let's choose a finger that has been left with the clears. Can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. I guess I'll pick the thumb. Okay, now it's time to check the prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eye. First we sprinkled the aluminum powder around, How'd you do that? With the A button, see? Ah, looks like that did the trick. Looks like a nice little pile of cocaine now. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the Y button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake, see? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. Just pour the powder on the thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I better give it a try. Ah, you did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've wasted our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Look at the locker door again closely. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Right here? Gotta get all this covered. We're not gonna have any more powder for another print. Just gotta make sure. Gotta get every inch. Alright. Yay, a print. So clear, it's dazzling. Dazzling. Anyway, the print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person who you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it is? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint we most likely find on this evidence locker? Okay, let's start with Meekins first. Yeah, I don't really see it. Not Marshall. Not Goodman. That's Gumshoe. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something's wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yeah, it was right here. How do I access the... Let's see. How do I just examine? This is where we got the reaction, right? Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Let's try using this. Here we go. Her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Yep. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spear. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability or hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. I don't see no fingerprint. His evidence is empty. Only Detective Goodman himself can open this locker. only person who took out the knife had to be Goodman, but why was it wrapped in a scarf muffler and stuck inside a car muffler? Maybe there's something I missed. Well, if the hand's like this and that's the thumb, that would be the left hand, so there has to be a finger like right here somewhere. Alright, you guys know the game. Gotta get all this covered. I'm spamming the button so much I'm breaking out a sweat. Oh, alrighty. Just get this stuff right here. They say a little goes a long way. Well, I want to make sure I catch the guy who did this, so we gotta use a lot. Okay. It's not Grant, not Meekins. That looks like Marshall's print. Not Goodman. Not Gumshoe. Not Sky. Kind of like Emma's, but no. That looks like Stars. Nah, it's not. That means it has to be Marshall's. Nice. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is this someone I know? It's Officer Marshall's. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. Marshall's fingerprints found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room with wipes. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decisively different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. No reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. White blood stain. Why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued? Oh, I really want to go to court. I'll continue playing for a little longer. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are after all. The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time, and different suspects were arrested for each of the crime scenes. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright's suspects are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Why would you do a plea deal? A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, you don't tell me you. So much to my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department evidence room. They belong to an Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. Do you understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt, isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. She's such a baddie. February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court courtroom. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecution's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain in both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of his car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I'll present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe in which way we proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what set Mr. Edgeworth apart from. He sounds like he's on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let's let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to take the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Things are getting wild from the get-go. Sorry. Poor Meekins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is... That would be murderer, sir. Oh, Jesus. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. What? I never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. Actually, we'd like to hear from... Sir, from what you would call part of this younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm a part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Oh, I think my recording just froze up. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. That's short. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they unto to you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need to hear is more info to work with. Meekins seems like a bit of a bumbling idiot, so this should be easy. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not orderly before. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger. Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the reward ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. That, I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? So he was in the evidence room. I wonder if that means his card is 7707. Spotted a suspicious man on security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? It would have to be all the 7s. There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. Could you read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. 4989. Huh? But the number 4989569 is shown as being used twice. Please explain the difference. It is no mystery, really, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. The second time is when I went to go get him after everything is said and down. I see. So it was during that second time when, yes, sir, I spotted the man on the security system. ID cards, IDs, I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir, a knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him, he looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your hand with me. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed this man by his collar. I fought for my life when I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. I took his knife. I spun it around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See, he must have been desperate. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed on to the officer smacked me. What about the time you regained consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. Hit me in the head, too. I woke up crying with tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was this man the officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regards to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Grant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. Videotape, sir. Contains footage from the security camera. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I really am good at. Looks like communications with the police department is as good as ever. Well, then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? There's Goodman. The white glove fell out of his thing. Megan's about to get the smoke. really get to see much. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that? Wiggling piece of plywood. Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter or someone in the evidence room and sort of active did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incompetent or incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Witness testimony, the mystery man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which requires Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir, so it must have been him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint active lock. These locks ensure that each locker can be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the scene of the crime would have to be Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. His face can't be seen in the video. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with the knife? Sir, if you must label people as seen or not seen, the man's face, I believe, would be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? To the point where the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a good look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. There's no question that the other person is Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That's why if you must label people having seen or not seen, since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Well, why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or Meekins. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us, why are you positive it was him? I mean, he opened the locker, which requires a detective fingerprint to do. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself have tried all kinds of methods in the past. The only response to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. The man opened the locker lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, and this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Goodman's locker, sir. How would you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people I know, sir. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed. Really? You're gonna listen to the lovely cafeteria workers. They also listen to my romance troubles, sir. For the record, the open locker indeed did belong to Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must have been him, no one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in the video of the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, if his hand was that opened the fingerprint lock, it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettling state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check out the record again. Is there a problem with the security footage? Oh, I don't know. What's 17 in military time? Wait a minute. Look at the light. The light's on. There is a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been detected. What? This video contains such contradiction? Oh, interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edward. I propose that we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in this video. He would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and make sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't say I'm watching that video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is this contradiction that indicates that the man may not have been Detective Goodman? The thing that's strange about this video has to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, the locker apparently works like this. Why is the music playing? When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. Did the game bug out? Because of the music. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. God, I'm gonna have that tune stuck in my head. When the victim When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. It's lit just like me. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open when you dropped the handle. Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The lock wasn't locked on the day of the crime. The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensors would detect and report any malfunction. Oh, well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? The glove. Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor. Something. Jam the sensor? Say, a glove? Oh. Well, I saw the glove fall out. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, oh, crap. I didn't get to read that! watch closely. This continuance of the part I showed you earlier. Now the audio is not playing at all. I can't tell. And show me that glove! What's this? I mean, you can't see it now. It fell on the floor. Something white fell out the locker. But, sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when the doors are open. I often fall out and roll when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Gotcha. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of the 3 times they get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block the electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator, like a rubber glove. That's literally what it is. Yes, an insulator of the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator, you don't need... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp, I wouldn't call that a lamp, attest to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? It would appear so, sir. Order. So we are to believe the victim. This witness stabbed in the evidence room is not Detective Whitman. Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you are referring to, sir. Oh, you meant that, sir. Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Mystery Man number 2. Sequel. There's one other thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, you must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Nope, I can already debunk that. Record right here, Your Honor. Crap, I cannot debunk that. The ID was used at 5:14. Is that of the victim? Just before the crime. Without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing strikes me unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why is there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Wait! Involving police staff? That means the SL9 incident involved one of the victims had to be a cop. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There's only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. There's one other thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman, sir. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be a rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in a bandage, I would even give the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Fortunately, the judge is very right with that. To enter the evidence room, you must use their ID card. Is that the card hanging from your neck, one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to it's the card right next to my cup, sir. I keep it there so I won't never forget. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness is referring to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is. Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he would lie to me. Mommy, was that the man who was over her? Shh, don't stare at him. What did I do? You got the wrong color, kid. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. At the time of the crime, the detective had raised his card. Earlier, I believe he testified that when you asked the man to show his ID, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me his ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, and all he had to do was show it to you, there wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panics. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused, but this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth did something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we got. 5842189. 5842. Hang on, I'm gonna go through my recording with the numbers. Let's see. 58584242 So the numbers match. Correct. Is it too obvious? His card. The only thing I can think of is the let me see that. The only thing I can think of is the fact that it's this, because he has 5'9" written on it. Why would he have 5'9" and not, what is it, 5'8"? 5'8". I mean, it could have been a simple mistake, but I don't know. I have no idea what I need. Record of it, and at the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Let me go back through and press him. So you believe this to be rock solid? Yes, sir. If my hand was wrapped in bandages, I use the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't you just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out. Yeah. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Is that the card hanging from your neck? Yes, sir. The card right next to my cuffs. I keep it here so I'll never forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out in my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer only has one ID. I think that's it. Wait, just gotta double check. I'm thinking it's because of what Edgeworth said. have any confidence in this. I'm actually gonna save real quick. Okay. Present. Alright, I have... My thinking is because he wrote 5'9" instead of his name, and this is the thing where Edgeworth said that each person only has one ID number. That's the logic I'm going with. It's not good logic, but it's something. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Objection! Oh, let's go, I'm smart! Wait a moment, wait, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot of the prosecution's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half complete, but it shows Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. Let's see, that being the case, we must inevitably arrive at one single conclusion. If the victim in this video is fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing around your finger. This isn't going to end well. Oh, no. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only have taken at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecution's office, the murder being Miss Lana Sky. The defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many unanswered questions. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... How am I supposed to get myself out of this? I don't know! Oh, objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? Cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Where's the body, actually? However, it cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, the large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This court will examine this further. Other witnesses will be necessary as prosecution prepared. I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident of the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean, Your Honor? The defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, and who do you have in mind? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have to testify. What is his or her name? Their name. It is one Officer Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear... he's not thinking this. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. That's how you spell subpoenaed? Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. We're in there for an hour and a half. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. You're gonna at least look a little bit happy. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You call for Jake Marshall. Seems you figured everything out. I have no idea. Lana? You're the one who knows everything. Emma? You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Average gumshoe. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around. And on top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Scott. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, no. You mean these, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I thought it was you who asked me. Did I bother you to bring the SL9 incident files? You'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here. You might do well to read them. I can't believe you and the Chief Prosecutor were a witness in that case. Miss Skye was a witness? SL9 incidents received from Lana Skye. Files for the Joe Darkey killing solved 2 years ago. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with the serial murderers. Oh wait, now that I brought you this stuff, you're gonna ignore me. Emma? What? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know unless... No, it couldn't be Lana. The SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police followed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Darkey killings. The Joe Darkey... No, Lana. That's over with. No. Emma, wait. She ran away. Yeah, you know what? I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Grant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This case can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Sniff luck. I better take a good look at this file. Oh, bro, that... I wonder what happened. Emma's... I thought... It can't be their parents, right? I just thought their parents just got, like... Their parents didn't get, like, murdered. I thought they died in a car accident. No, let me back out. No, I want to end the episode here. There we go. Just make sure it's saved. Alright. That is going to be the end of this episode for today. For Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I feel like we're very close to the end of this episode. I think it's what, Rise of Ashes? Rise from the Ashes? Rise of Ashes? Something like that. I can tell we are very close to ending or finishing up that episode. Like I said, I have no idea how long this game is. I know you guys are enjoying it. You guys are showing support. I love it. I definitely enjoy the dynamic between Phoenix and Edgeworth. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a good night. Hope you guys have a great day tomorrow.